So I'm a user experience and design researcher, and I've been working in the tech industry for 10 years. And this relationship between humans and technology has pervaded my whole career. But over the past 5 years, since I've had my daughter, I've been her primary caregiver, I've thought critically about this topic. So what do you mean by care? I mean attending to the needs of others. And I want to argue that care is technical. Care is really highly skilled work. And it's very necessary work. Humans require more care than any other species. Baby giraffes can just walk around. Humans, our brains don't fully develop till we're 25. But this is a feature, not a bug. Because care, the care we receive at all parts of life, helps us to develop complex cognitive abilities and social relationships. And care is necessary throughout our lives. Who's had to make care decisions on behalf of an elder in this room? The other thing that we need to note is that care is a huge part of our economy, and I'm talking huge. And thus, it's the biggest market for technologies there is. Do we talk about this in tech? We've had some lovely presentations on healthcare tonight. Caregiving itself is projected to be the largest occupation in the US by 2020. This is from Anne-Marie Slaughter at Princeton. This is huge. And care is part of almost every job, except if you're an engineer. 81% of jobs are in the service sector, and 67% of our domestic spending is on care or services. And it's not just in the US. Care has a global supply chain. Millions of care workers traverse the globe every year, from nannies to service workers to waiters in restaurants. But I'm afraid that not only does tech not really get care, but that we're in a state of crisis about it. And that we work and build technologies in a way that just totally ignores care. We like to think that what we're doing, building products, is more important than anything else, and that we should drop everything else. If you've ever worked at a big tech company, you'll know the phrase lockdown, meaning you can't really leave work. How does that work if you have a kid and elderly parents? We like to design technologies to where you just push a button and care is invisible. But since over 80% of workers work in the service industry, is this really a good idea? We also like to attribute human effort to care. Think about Mechanical Turk. Think about the 100,000 folks in the Philippines who are working to make your Facebook feed palatable. We don't like to talk about these folks. If you look at Zuckerberg's statement about it recently, it's kind of made me very angry. But I want to make an argument that care can't be automated, and we shouldn't want it to be. But I think we need to think really critically, because who's taking care of tech workers? It's often brown and black women. And these are the same folks who are underrepresented in the tech industry, but overrepresented in the care industry. And this is the paradox of being a 36-year-old Latina technologist, is that statistically I'm a lot more like the cleaning crew or the cafeteria workers than the rest of the product team. Is it that tech's diversity problem is actually a care problem? And that understanding care ethics and care dynamics could help us not only make technologies that are more inclusive, but just better and with more growth. So as a design researcher, I propose that we align with care workers, that we understand caregiving better, that we not think about it as a problem to solve or something to hack or make invisible, but we understand the complexities, and that we set a goal to think about our work as care, to adopt what feminist ethicists call an ethics of care, so that the serious responsibility we have to our users for their data, for their privacy, is something we can work towards, and that we can build technologies that will help us care more. Thank you.